AITA for thinking of leaving my boyfriend because his behavior has gotten worse after the birth of our daughter? I'm using a throwaway for this because my boyfriend sometimes uses Reddit and I think he may know my main account and I don't want him finding this out. We 22F and 27M have a 2-month-old daughter. She is super colicky, she hates being put down, she cries so much. Her pediatrician says she's just a miserable baby and she will eventually grow out of it. My boyfriend wasn't the most supportive during my pregnancy, but now that our daughter has all of these problems, he's gotten so much worse. He complains that we don't have sex enough, he complains she cries too much, he complains that he works too much and I'm a mooch for not having found a job yet. He often leaves me to manage everything while he plays video games or hangs out with friends. It's okay for him to go out and get drunk and stay the night at a friend's house, but he will literally time me when I'm taking a shower and blame me for the fact our water bill is too high. He makes me feel like I'm a failure of a mother because our daughter spits up so much we go through 4/5 outfit changes a day and he complains that it's too much laundry. Some bill is late or behind and he blames me for not contributing to our shared bills even though he promised to take care of us both. My boyfriend won't let us use any type of government assistance because he thinks that's beneath us. But we are constantly counting pennies and I have to go without so we can get the special formula my daughter needs, so she absolutely miserable all the time. We got into a fight yesterday because I placed a Walmart delivery for diapers, wipes, rash cream and I bought myself some Chef Boyardee so I can have something to eat while he's at work. He ended up screaming at me yesterday while our daughter was crying and threw a freshly made bottle at my head, giving me a bruise on my forehead. I just started crying because I felt so defeated. I called my mom while he was at work today and just broke down. She said he's just struggling to adjust to fatherhood, and this is what I get for having a baby out of wedlock. She said she struggled hard when I was a child and this is my punishment for not going to college and being a dumb shut. I get it some days because she was a single mom too, but I remember being primarily raised by my grandparents and she's never even watched my baby. She doesn't want to because of her medical issues and has told me so. I told my mom I wanted to leave him and she laughed and said I was being dumb and that he's all I've got now and she won't help me. This is after me begging her to lend me some money so I can buy my own groceries, and I promised I'd pay her back once I find a job anymore. Sometimes I feel like I am just not cut out to be a parent. I don't feel like a good parent. My mom makes me feel even worse about it and has told me I need to give my daughter to a better family, and when my boyfriend is angry, he's told me he wished he had just left us so he wouldn't have to deal with us any longer. I think I need to leave my boyfriend, but I'm also scared to do that. Am I being dumb about wanting to leave him? Is my mom right? I don't want my daughter to grow up without her father, but he stresses me out so much now I don't even want to be around him because of his behavior. Edit. My grandparents are dead, otherwise I would leave him and go live with them. I called the domestic violence hotline and they are going to put me in touch with shelters. I have $7 to my name and I put our important documents in the diaper bag. Please stop messaging me telling me I'm a dummy or I should have aborted my baby. I can't turn back time now that she's here. I regret who her father is, but I don't want to give her up. I want to leave him and I'm doing my best to get that in motion. I'm going to leave as soon as I can once a shelter has a place for us both. Edit 2. There is a domestic violence shelter but they won't have a space for us until next Monday. The shelter is going to put me and my daughter up in a hotel starting on Friday. I'm going to get a protective order against my boyfriend and try to get as many of our things out of this apartment until then. I've taken photos of the bruise he gave me. Going to be doing a lot of packing while he's at work tomorrow and Friday. I'm going to apply for as many social services as I can too, and I hope I get approved for them fast. I'm slowly getting a plan together to fully leave him. I will update everyone again once we are in the hotel or in the shelter on Monday. Thank you to everyone who's offered help, a place for us to stay, offered food and clothing and stuff I may need once I'm in the shelter and back on my feet. I know I will be better off once I leave him, so I just have to keep going until then. Update. I know a lot of you wanted an update when I got one. I'm writing this post while he's at work. I'm so tired and scared. I was up at 3 a.m. and again at 5 a.m. with my daughter and trying to ignore him. I haven't spoken to my mom about leaving him because I'm too worried she might tell him my plan. I'm just going to cut her out entirely because she isn't safe and I'm too scared and worried she's going to take his side and try to make me stay with him when I don't want to. I've never been able to really trust my mom at all, but I know I can't trust her with this. The shelter won't have a space for us until Monday. I've packed away all of our important documents like our birth certificates and social security cards. The shelter can't get us placed in a hotel over the weekend and I don't want to risk him finding out when he's off work, so I just have to make it through the weekend to get away from him. I'm hoping the shelter will be able to help me get any assistance I can apply for. I've never had to do it before, so I'm kind of clueless on how it works. I'm hoping I can also get a protective order against him and he can't have our daughter alone until she grows out of her colic and he won't be so frustrated or angry at her when she cries. I'm terrified to leave her alone with him, but I don't know if I'll have to let him see her once we leave. I'm going to continue stashing away our important items until he gets home, and I'm honestly hoping he just goes out to drink and stays away so I can have one night of peace. Besides waking up every 2 to 3 hours for my daughter, I can't wait to take a shower as long as I want and eat a hot meal that isn't from a can. I'm hoping the shelter will be able to give me clothes that actually fit. I can't wait to when I don't have to wake up with anxiety in my stomach or worrying about spending money, when I get a job and have my own income, or getting yelled at for buying necessities that I need and my daughter needs. I will update everyone again once we are in the shelter on Monday. Thank you to everyone who's offered help and advice, a place for us to stay, offered food and clothing and stuff I may need once I'm in the shelter and back on my feet. I feel like I'm going to throw up the more I think about leaving, but I know I need to do it. Edit. Some of you really need to learn how to be empathetic. No, I will not send you nudes to make money. No, you weirdos, I will not send you feet pics or pics of my daughter. I have people in my inbox asking if I will make a GoFundMe, and right now I don't know. Too afraid of my daughter's father finding out. I do have my own bank account that he's never had access to. I have people in my inbox telling me to get a job. I'm hoping the shelter can help with that and get me a job fast, or just being downright mean and rude and saying really awful things. Yes, I know it was dumb of me to get pregnant at 21 and have a baby with a guy I'm not married to, but I am going to leave him and give my daughter a better life than the one I had. She deserves that, and I don't deserve to be treated the way her father has treated me for her short life.